Almost everything right on that one. He was able to read the quarterback's eyes. He got himself in good position to make the interception. When it got to him, he just bounced off his hand.
On the 32-yard line.
The Bengals using motion. Tackle at the 32-yard line. Just about a yard on the way.
1 yard gain on the play.
Offense couldn't get it done, and they'll line up the punt. Here's the punt. And he chooses not to return this one.
There was no need to try and return that one. He made the right decision there.
First and 10. Ball on their own 33. Sears lines up behind his fullback in the eye. Passing on first down. Almost got it. So he dropped it and a chance to end the drive.
Here's the key. He was looking at the quarterback the whole way. And when he let it go, he was all over it. He just didn't come up with it.
The Chiefs line up in the shotgun.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
With the throw, incomplete. Normally, he's very sure-handed, but he couldn't find a way to bring that pass in for the completion.
He can catch just about anything that the quarterback throws in his direction. He couldn't find a way to quiet that one down and bring it in for a catch.
Rolling. And it's complete. They couldn't get past the sticks, and that'll bring up fourth down.
You know, that's one play that drives me crazy when I see it. Does a receiver not realize where they need to be for the first down?
So they'll line up the punt after going 3 and out. Here's the kick. From the 17-yard line. Nice moves on that big punt return.
Sometimes all it takes is making the first guy miss, finding some room, and then just turning on the speed.
So they have first and 10 here. Ball on their own 43. Drops back. Closing in. Throws out to the left. The pass ball's incomplete. That looked like a catch until he got nailed.
Well, he saw the receiver hauling it in, and then boom, he pops him, and it ends up incomplete.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
Ball on the 43-yard line.
Palmer sets up. Brown gets the pass off. Perfect spiral on that pass.
This is a guy who can make all the throws out there. He shows a nice touch in the short patterns, can thread it in there against tight coverage, and he can put some air under it when he's trying something downfield.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. They'll go from the I formation. Palmer with a man in motion. Hands it off. Mitchell stops the play in the backfield. He's now tackled the ball carrier 9 times. Brown couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole, but he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
Palmer sets up. Drops back, tucks it away. And that's a gain of about 8.
On the run, gain of 8 on the play.
Two yards to go. Ball on the 33-yard line. Hand off to the tailback. So on the blitz, they can't get to the ball carrier until it's too late.
And when you're blitzing to stop the run, the idea is bringing more guys and the offense can block. He also got to cut off the lanes and gaps that he can use to escape out of the backfield. That just didn't happen here.
The backs are lined up in an I.
Ball on the 19-yard line.
Sixth play of this drive. Man in motion. Goes over the middle. This one falls incomplete, and that brings up second down. So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line. He gets the kick. Brown couldn't find any room on that one.
They really hustle on the defensive side of the ball. They're very good at clogging up the line, limiting the number of holes and cutback lanes that the back has to choose from.
Here are the numbers when it comes to third down conversions.
Third down conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is making big plays when they need them. They're not just going to give up on the run, no matter how ineffective it is.
So this will be a 39-yard field goal try. And it's up. He's in a groove, his third field goal of the game. Here's the kickoff team.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 28 back deep to return.
And this one's a short kickoff. From the 14-yard line. So the offense takes over. The last time they had the ball, they had a very tough time getting anything going. The backs are lined up in an I.
Ball on the 26-yard line.
Ain't got nothing. Give it all you got, Keith. Come on.
Going to the right. Bennett pulls him down behind the line. And that tackle gives him 3 in the game. Sears couldn't get out of the backfield.
That was just a defensive line getting lower than the offensive line. When your defensive guys up front can control the line of scrimmage, it makes it very difficult to move the ball on offense.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Passing right. And he hits his target. Pratt delivered the pass right on time, John.
And I love the way this guy throws a football. He has great touch and seems to always be putting it right there in the number.
It's 3rd down and a yard. Dropping back, gets rid of it. A good effort, but he was out of bounds.
If you get the ball to the receiver, he's usually going to make the catch. There's not much he can do if he has to catch the ball out of bounds.
They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
Sears. Pressure. Passing right. On the run.
I'll tell you, this has to be frustrating. Watch here, as it's a great situation for the defense. They think they've got him, and they're about to get the ball back. Then all of a sudden, he drops back to pass, and boom, they're moving the chains, and they're getting a whole new set of downs.
First and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line.
We got nothing. Ball.
It's the pass off. Behind him, but he has it. Quick. Found a seam in the defense and did a great job bringing the pass in.
That's the kind of timing you can only get through repetition in practice.
The Chiefs line up in the shotgun.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Pratt gets set. Dropping back, gets rid of it. Here's an opening. He found a soft spot on the defense and was right there to make the catch.
The thing about a pass like that is it cuts down on the time the defender has to react to where the ball's heading.
Pressure coming. Throws it. Incomplete pass. Not much touch on that pass.
May have tried to put a little too much oomph on that throw.
Give him nothing here, D. Here come the heat. Sideline, D.
And this is the 8th play of this drive. The offense turns the ball over on downs.
Yeah, but now you almost have to try for it. When you talk about fourth down situations, this is what you're talking about. Of course, now they give the ball back, and you talk about failed fourth down conversions.
Using motion. Brown. He lost it. The Chiefs. Roll on. He's on the run. Slips the tackle. The 20.
Here's the thing. We always say that in any long run, someone has to get a big block, and that's exactly what this is. I mean, this guy just gets run over, and he's completely knocked out of the play.
And after conversing with his coaches upstairs, he decides to challenge this one.
And I think that's the right thing to do.
And we'll take a few looks to determine whether the ball came out before the knee was down.
The key thing here is that the ball started to come out before his knee was down. If it did, then it should be counted as a fumble.
The call on the field is overturned. No timeout will be charged to Cincinnati.
So he takes advantage of the option to challenge the play, and it pays off.
You bet. They just went from a bad play to a good one. And that does a lot for your team. Now let's see if they can take advantage of it.
41-yard line. 2nd and 6.
Brown. Down he goes. At the 42. Brown didn't get any help from his offensive line.
It was just about impossible to run when you have guys in the backfield just as soon as you snap the ball.
They need 6. Ball on their own 42. Only one man back.
6. Ball on the 42-yard line.
2 minutes to the final gun. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
And he'll get the call. That's a 3-yard gain. And so the offense gets one more shot to see what they can do here with the time remaining. Harris lines up in the backfield for the punt. Here's the punt. And he signals for the fair catch.
That's a good job of getting downfield by the cover team to force the fair catch. First down may be where they try something towards the end zone, since they'll have 3 more downs to work with after that.
So they have 1st and 10 here. The Chiefs line up in the shotgun.
Ball on the 17-yard line.
Dropping back, throwing. Ooh, nearly picked off. He easily could have taken that one all the way back.
He's back in his zone. He's reading. He sees the quarterback the whole way, and then he gets a chance at an interception. He just didn't finish the play.
Cincinnati comes out in their nickel package. Drops back. Under pressure. Gets rid of it. This one falls incomplete. 3rd down upcoming after the incomplete pass.
When you're down by this much, the offense doesn't want to be facing too many 3rd and 4th down, because that means they're taking too much time. They should be getting first for every 1 or 2 downs if they want to have a chance at this thing.
He surveys the field with the throw. The defense has it. He's inside the 10. The Bengals get it. And the defense rises up and forces the fumble.
Those are things you hate as a coach. You tell your guys to protect the ball and don't turn it over. But that time, they just squirted out of there and the defense was all over.
This one is just about in the books. After the interception, they'll take over in good scoring position.
Get in there, Ron.
First and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line.
Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And below, you can see how these two teams have done in the turnover battle. They'll line up for the extra point. And it's on its way, and he kicks on the extra point. The kickoff team lines up.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 28 back deep to return.
Nice kick and returnable. From the 11-yard line. Well, the last time they had the ball, they turned it over on an interception. Let's see what happens here. The defense is trying to force a turnover, which would put an end to this game right now. Out of the shotgun.
Take over at the 29-yard line. First and 10.
We'll see. What's this grill? Stay up.
Pass play here on first down. Gets rid of it. Has room. The 40. Great play there by Harrison.
The thing is, he got some separation there, and he was able to get him a big chunk of yards.
They'll head right back to the line. Dropping back to pass on first down. With the pass, loss of 4 yards.
You know what this does? It keeps one defense on the field. And it doesn't let them get the right personnel in there sometimes.
Drops back, closing in. Surveys the field. Good play in the backfield. Couldn't escape the pass rush.
They got to find a way to give him a little more time back there. The defense was in man coverage, so he had some options out there in the secondary. He just didn't have the time to decide where he wanted to go with it.
Pratt gets set. Rolls right. Gets rid of it. This pass is incomplete. He just couldn't find a way to control it.
He got open, and the quarterback found him with a pass. He just couldn't get it under control.
It's 4th and long in the last minute of the game. Now a look at tonight's horse trailer player of the game. Dropping back, throwing. Incomplete pass. They go for it and end up turning it over on downs.
Well, they're at the point of the game where they have to try something. Heck, next time maybe you try something else, but you can understand why they want to go for it here. I know the coach loves it when he can tell his quarterback, just go out there for a kneel down, because that means you've got yourself a win.
Second and long.
Here comes the heat.
Second and 12. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Tucks it away. Picks up maybe 3 on that carry.
On the run, 2-yard gain on the play.
The Chiefs come out in a nickel package.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
There's the final gun. The final score is Cincinnati 30, Kansas City 7.
Kansas City 7.
This concludes another EA Sports presentation. For John Madden and Melissa Stark, this is Al Michaels saying so long. As the crowd continues to file in, we get set to bring you another exciting game. Well, the season has almost reached its conclusion, and many of the teams are playing for just pride alone, while others are looking forward to the playoffs. Today's game features two teams that are each looking to make a statement, as the Colts square off against the Bears. Welcome to the game. EA is proud to bring you continuing coverage of the NFL. I'm Al Michaels with John Madden.
This defense has been watching extra film all week because they're facing a dangerous duel. And it starts with this guy. He'll make throws that no other quarterback would ever think about making. You think the guy's covered, and boom, he fires one in between two defenders for a touchdown.
The Colts have some good receivers, too, and it's a big reason for his success passing. Now, this is his favorite target, and when you see what he can do with a football in his hands, it's easy to understand why. The coaches have told us that they wanted to get him some catches early in the game, so we'll have to see if they stick to that game plan.
This is a team that plays as one unit out there, and they're proving it right now. Look at them. They're all jumping up and down at the same time.
And let's go to the field for the coin toss. They're lined up and ready for... And we go back to the game. The kickoff team lines up.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 21, back deep to return.
And he got all of that one. A great kick. From the 2. The offense just about ready to call their first play of the game.
21 on the return.
To the air on first down. Pressure. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Number 38. Got a hand up and tipped that pass away.
He needs to do a better job putting the pass in a spot where only his guy can get it. Those tipped passes can turn into interceptions pretty easily.
The Colts have an injured safety, and he won't be playing at all in this game. The injury to his shoulder is pretty severe, and they're telling us it will force him to be out for an extended period of time. With the throw, this pass is incomplete. The defense was coming after him on that play.
Yeah, he felt those guys closing in and gunned the ball out of there.
3rd and 10 coming up. Grossman goes to work with an empty backfield. Under pressure, throws it, and it's caught. And he is bumped out of bounds at the 37.
Watch it here. This is a great call on 3rd down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here. This is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that 1st down.
Only one man back.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Stay after him. Is that all you got? Take him out. Cowboy.
Maynard. 4, maybe 5 yards on that carry.
Gain of 4 on the play.
It's 2nd down and 6 to go. The Bears using motion. Toss play to the left. And he's tackled behind the line by Bell. He starts out the wrong way and winds up losing yardage.
Yeah, they got good penetration on the line. Guys flying to the ball, getting to the ball carrier, making a heck of a defensive play.
Third and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line.
Bring that plane, baby.
6th play of this drive. Dropping back. Pressure coming. Good play in the backfield. Good coverage downfield. The quarterback nowhere to go.
And it's never good to take a sack, but when there's nothing open downfield, you just can't throw it up there.
Sidney is the deep return man. Here's the kick. He takes the punt and has some room to run. So he was brought down before he had a chance to get anything going.
Good job by both teams there. He gets his team a few yards closer to the end zone, and the coverage team prevents him from getting anything big.
Much anticipated matchup. John is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Takes on one of the top defenses in the league.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one, Al. If this defensive line can get some penetration early, especially from the weak side, I think they're going to have a chance to get some sacks and hurry the passer. You can't let the quarterback set up back there, or this guy will just tear you apart.
That all you got?
Closing in, Rosen. He found a soft spot on the defense and was right there to make the catch.
The thing about a pass like that is it cuts down on the time the defender has to react to where the ball's headed.
Bryant moves in motion. Throwing. The pass ball's incomplete. The incomplete pass brings up 4th down.
The intended receiver on the play.
So they'll line up the punt after going 3 and out. Here's the punt. And he signals for the fair catch.
That was a smart thing to do with the coverage team closing in for a big hit.
The quarterback lines up with two backs behind him.
On the 22-yard line.
They got no. Eagle left. Set.
Pressure with the throw. Comes up with it. Grossman over and over throws the ball where only his receiver can get to it.
And that's what makes him so effective. He never seems to make a bad throw. Just about every pass is right on the money. If you ask me, he might be one of the most accurate passers in the league right now.
The Colts come out on the 46.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
Receives the handoff. Gets rid of it. Incomplete pass. Number 32. Got his hands up and tipped the pass away.
He's got great recovery speed, and he can catch up to the ball even if he's caught out of position. That time he was right there in the secondary to tip the ball away.
Eagle left. Tiger up.
Grossman sets up. Under pressure with the pass, and it's complete. They convert for the first down on that throw.
What a throw. He put everything he had into that one.
They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
Bulldog under. Snake eyes. Snake eyes. Set.
Man in motion.
Let's go. Come on.
They give it to the halfback. A 5-yard pickup on that run by the tailback.
5-yard gain on the play.
5 yards to go.
Get out of here. Sideline, D.
Pressure coming. Throwing. Perfect throw. He catches a floater for the first down.
And it's a good thing he caught it. You don't want to drop those passes that are sure first down.
The Bears line up with two backs behind the quarterback.
45-yard line.
Hit the ball.
And this is the 6th play of this run. They'll pass on first down. Closing in with the throw. Great throw. A display of great hands on that catch.
That receiver has all the tools.
Lose it. Lose it.
The Colts come out with 8 guys in the box. Almost picked off. John, it looked like that was going to be a turnover.
I bet you as soon as he let that go, he was wishing that he could have it back, because that could easily have been an interception.
3rd down and short. Tosses it out to the left. Great play in the backfield by number 32. They may want to dump that play, John.
So that's what this defense will do to you. They're so good in pursuit that if you start trying to go east and west in the backfield, you're in trouble. I'd try and run the ball right at them. That'll negate the speed that these guys have to the outside.
He'll try to pin them close to the goal line. Here's the kick. And he waves for the fair catch.
Hey, no reason to take a chance and risk a fumble. Smart move there by the returner.
First and 10. Ball on the 9-yard line.
Hold that right.
Johnson moves in motion. Dropping back to pass on first down. Slings it to the outside. There he goes. Vincent picked up good yardage after making the catch.
Picking up extra yardage after the catch is what separates the good ones from the great ones. The receiver wants to get as much as he can with each and every reception.
He takes the delayed handoff. The 30. The defense was out of position on that run.
You know, they caught him on a blitz on that play. And the thing about a blitz is you can throw him for a loss. The bad thing about a blitz is once you get through it, then you're into the secondary, and you'll usually get a big play. That time, it was a bad thing about the blitz.
Fire out. Set. Bust this wheel, D. Cut hard. Give it all you got, D. Come on.
The back picks up about 2 on that carry.
Gain of 2 on the play. Second and 8. Ball on the 35-yard line.
Lose it. Set.
Johnson goes in motion. Pressure, throwing short, on the money. John, he's hurt. We'll get an update from Melissa as soon as the extent of the injury is known. Third and 6. Ball on their own 37. Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Drops back. Under pressure. Trying something to the left. The pass ball's incomplete. Going long, but he couldn't find his man downfield, and now they'll face a 4th down. Hansen will come into this game to punt. Fisher will go back to accept this punt. He signals for a fair catch.
There was no need to try and return that one. He made the right decision there.
Come on, D up. You got it.
Number 84 moves in motion.
Think about it.
Tosses it left. Great play in the backfield. Little question, they were waiting for the run on that play, John.
When the defense is sitting there with 8 guys in the box, you know that they're looking for the run. You just kind of get behind your blockers up front and hope that one of your guys can create a seam for you to run through.
Only one man back.
13. Ball on the 26-yard line.
Grossman sends a man in motion. Tosses it out to the right. Into the open. They'll mark it at the 38. A lot of success attacking that defense with the run.
They showed confidence in him by staying with the run, even though the defense came up in the 46, and it really paid off.
3rd and 1 coming up on this play.
Sideline to sideline.
Using motion.
Bring that pain, Cowboy.
Penalty marker
Good
down.
ball. Let's start on the offense.
Cruz came out of his stance a little early on that play.
That guy went into his block a little early. Looks like the defense really has them on their heels today.
Third and 6. Ball on their own 33.
Stay after him.
Throws it. He finds his man. Good looking play there as they pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
On the play.
At the end of the 1st quarter, it's knotted up. Chicago 0. Indianapolis 0. And we're ready to start the 2nd quarter. Only one man back.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
94. Bust straight.
It's the toss to the left. And he's tackled behind the line by Bruce. Not what they were looking for on that play call.
Yeah, the back just couldn't decide where he wanted to go with it. He hesitated just a little. By the time he decided where he wanted to go with it, the defense was all over him.
2nd down, and they need 15 for the 1st. Ball on their own 40. Grossman sets up. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. No trouble making that catch.
That's what these receivers are always looking for, a soft coverage or a hole in the zone where they can break free and wait for the pass to get there.
The Bears line up in the shotgun.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
Stay out.
Stepping up with the pass, and he hits his target. They complete the pass for the first down.
That showed awareness by the receiver. He knew just where he had to go to get the first down, crossed the marker, and then looked for more.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line. Indianapolis lines up in the 46. Passing on first down. With the throw, thrown behind, but caught. And again, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, they're getting a good push up front, and the receivers are getting open. They're making a catch. That's what you have to do to get in the end zone.
They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
Maynard, stiff arm to the ground. Refuses to go down. They'll bring him down at the 19. Penalty marker down.
Got an inverted face mask on the defense.
The offense picks up some free yardage.
The offense will try to force the defense to make stupid penalties like that. Every bit of yardage helps.
1st and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line. Hand it off. Gain of 2.
34 on the run. Gain of 2 on the play.
8 to go. Ball on the 12-yard line.
Got him. Bring the pain. Hawk line right. Here comes the heat. Here comes the heat.
Closing in. Gets the pass off. Sanders records the stop at the 5. John, he's hurt. We'll get an update from Melissa as soon as the extent of the injury is known. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
Ball on the 5-yard line.
Hit the ball. 94.
Grossman sets up. Gets the toss to the left. And he just gets by the first down marker. That'll keep the drive alive.
Yeah, and when the defense misses a tackle, when they could have forced a 4th down, I mean, that just will drive a coach nuts.
Not today. Hit him low. Stay guys.
Using motion.
Bring the pain.
The defense was ready and waiting for that one.
Yeah, with that many men in the box, maybe the quarterback might have been better off checking to some kind of passing play.
Get in there, man. Get out.
On the ground. He just didn't have anywhere to run.
You can tell this defense is getting fired up out there. They shut that one down before it even got started.
3rd and goal. About 5 yards out.
They got nothing. Ain't no sideline to sideline.
Give it to the halfback. Touchdown, Bears.
Now, this is exactly how to get the ball in the end zone. Just get in behind the center and guard and keep pushing and pushing until they're putting up 6 points on the board.
Edinger comes in for the extra point. The kick is up, and he tacks on the extra point. Good job moving the ball the length of the field for the touchdown.
Scoring a touchdown not only puts points on the board, it sends a message to the other team that if you execute properly, they won't be able to stop you. And they say 90% of the game is half mental.
The kickoff team lines up.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 80, back to return.
Sends it sailing. From the 9-yard line. Indianapolis is down by 1 touchdown.
Number 86 on the return.
They line up in the I formation.
At the 28-yard line. 1st and 10.
Pass play here on 1st down. Pressure. Picked off. Off and run. Jordan, great effort to get the pick.
The defense loves it. They know that they can head back to the sidelines and get a little rest.
The offense gets ready to go following the interception.
Come on, partner. Cowboy.
Maynard, the lone setback.
At the 20-yard line.
Great move to get free. And he's brought down in the backfield by number 52. Maynard didn't get any help from his offensive line.
It was just about impossible to run when you have guys in the backfield just as soon as you snap the ball.
2nd and long coming up here.
Second and 12.
Dropping back, under pressure, gets rid of it. Number 23 just made a great defensive play.
That's what you look for. You have guys watch film each week. You try and figure out where he likes to go with the ball in certain situations. Then when you face that situation in the game, you're right there in position to knock the pass away or force an interception.
The offense is confident they can convert for this first because they've done well on 3rd down thus far. Pressure coming, throws it, perfect throw. Where? Records the tackle at the 13-yard line. Nice reception on that play, and he now has 3 on the day. Paul Edinger comes in for about a 30-yard field goal attempt. And it's on its way. It's good. And the kickoff team comes out onto the field.
Number 86.
Nice kick. Plenty of distance. From the 3. The last drive ended with an interception. So let's see what happens as they take over again.
Hit him low. Hit him low. Ain't got nothing.
They'll go from the I formation. Closing in with the throw on the money. Dumps the ball out to his receiver, and that'll bring up a 1st down.
First downs are critical in this game. And when the quarterback calls your number, you want to make sure you make the catch and don't mess something up.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 40. The quarterback is back in the shotgun, and the catch is made. Vincent is doing a good job finding the open area in the coverage, and that's his 3rd catch. Chicago comes out in their nickel package.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now. Pressure with the pass on the run. Dusenko with a hot hand on this drive.
And what he's doing is sitting back there in the pocket, seeing everything, making great decisions, and getting the ball to the right guy. He's playing very well right now.
And we've reached the 2-minute mark. Throwing on first down. The pass is picked off.
Pass interference on the defense.
The defender makes a leaping interception.
He just stepped in front of that one. He saw his opportunity, and boom, he took it.
Now they'll want to score with as little time left as possible, so they'll probably look to slow things down. Under pressure, gets the pass off. You saw them drop back in coverage, then just threw a strike.
Yeah, he made the right read and found the open man. That's a nice play.
Looks like they'll go with a hurry up here. Drops back. Pressure coming. Passing right. Perfect throw. He's at the 20. That play was executed to perfection.
And when we were watching them in practice, they were running this play. That's almost one of those sandlot type of deals where you go long and I'll get it to you.
Dropping back with the throw. Incomplete. So he ends up overthrowing his target.
That pass was clearly overthrown. Here's where the defense needs to make a big play. Maybe they bring some heat with a blitz or they change up the coverage. That way they can force the offense into making a mistake and keep them from getting any points before the half.
Going to the right. With the hurdle. The defender brings him down at the 6-yard line. He's trying to hurry them back to the line. Closing in. Throwing a strike to the end zone. Touchdown, Colts. And he's able to get open in the end zone. Great play.
The defense just seemed to lose track of him down there. They have to do a better job keeping the play in front of them so that that kind of thing doesn't happen.
Owens comes in to attempt the point after. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. The kickoff team lines up.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 21, back to return.
Decent kick. We should have a return. From the 7-yard line. Chicago has held on and is now looking to move ahead.
One thing they want to avoid is turning it over and setting up the other guys with a chance to get some points.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 23. Indianapolis comes out with 8 guys in the box.
1st and 10.
Going to the air on 1st down. Gets rid of it. That incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. I'm sure they'll be going to the air as long as they have the ball. The Bears line up in the shotgun. Rowing. Indianapolis will call a timeout here. They have 2 timeouts left.
There's no need for the quarterback to force any throws. There's a whole second half to play, and they don't want to be making any mistakes.
Ball on the 24-yard line.
Drops back. Pressure with the pass. The pass ball's incomplete. Bruce made a great defensive play, tipping the pass away.
He has a great feel for defending the pass, and he always seems to be in great position to make a play in the ball.
Offense couldn't get it done, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the punt. Right through his hands.
They'll probably be playing a soft zone cover, so he should have options underneath if they go with the pass.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 42.
Catch the ball, man. Bulldog under. Touch the spread.
Kosenko sets up.
Cut hard. Stay down. Hut. Cowboy. To the left. Cut hard. Hut.
Under pressure. Gets the pass off. He just overthrew that one.
It almost looked like he might have been trying to throw it to someone else.
They'll have to move the ball downfield quickly through the air to try to score before the half.
94. 94.
Dropping back, pressure coming with the throw, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 47. When you think about guys with great hands, he's very close to the top, John.
I'll tell you what, he does a great job of using his hands and not letting the ball get into his body. He's worked very hard to improve his pass catching, and I think he's become one of the best out there.
We might see a quick pass here on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Gets rid of it. Ooh, nearly picked off. Missed opportunity.
What the defense is doing is they're watching the quarterback's eyes. They're cluing. They're in position so that whatever happens, the ball is in front of them. And that time, it almost got him an interception.
They'll need some good yardage here on 2nd down, and then should be in the hurry-up for the rest of this drive. Chicago looking for pass with only 3 down linemen and 7 DBs on the field. Until they get into the end zone, they'll probably go with a no-huddle. So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 34-yard line. Closing in, throws it right to him. This offense having no trouble moving the ball on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is having a lot of trouble stopping it. They can't seem to key on what they're doing and put an end to this drive. Every team talks about how they need to get points when they're in the red zone. If they can make the most of this, we'll see a confident group going into the locker room at halftime.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Dropping back to pass on 1st down. Gets rid of it. Almost intercepted. I thought that was about to be picked off, John.
Yeah, I think everyone else was thinking the same thing. You don't get a better chance at an interception than he had right there. I'm sure they'll have one of their receivers running near the sidelines. And if they go to him, he's got to look upfield because he might be able to take it in for a score if the defense thinks he's just going to run out of bounds.
Pressure, gets the pass off, drops the interception. Almost picked it off in the end zone.
Yeah, and if he could have come up with that one, not only does it take away the scoring threat, but it gets the ball back for your offense.
3rd and long, the defense trying to bring this drive to a halt. Seven defensive backs in on this one. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. Touchdown, Indianapolis. What a catch in the end zone.
That's a guy you better keep an eye on down there in the red zone. He has a knack for finding ways to get open when there's a lot of traffic.
The kicker lines up for the point after. And it's on its way, and the extra point is good. 2 consecutive touchdowns has put them in front.
It looked like they might be having some trouble earlier, but they really seem to have gotten it all together, and they're right back in this thing.
Here's the kickoff team.
Indianapolis is lined up for the kickoff.
Good kick should be returnable. From the 7. So the offense takes over. The last time they had the ball, they had a very tough time getting anything going. They're trying to get in range for a last-second field goal attempt before halftime. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
1st and 10.
The Bears using motion.
Bust his grill. That's all you.
To the air on first down. With the pass, nice adjustment. Breaking through. The Bears call a timeout. They have 2 left. So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 42. Throwing on first down. Steps up. And he's tackled behind the line by Smith. Good coverage scheme there, creating problems for the quarterback.
He's had a tough time making reads when the defense mixes up their zone. What you want to do is look to the middle of the field or the seam right between the corner and the safety for completions.
Under pressure. Gets rid of it. Room to run. Stiff arm there. Big time play by Terrell.
And that's the type of thing that can happen when you get this guy the ball. He's going to move the ball, and he's going to move it with speed.
Chicago calls a timeout. That's their last one. Very long field goal attempt here, about 54 yards out. The kick is up, through the uprights, and good. It's good again for the second time today. Maynard is back and ready to put this one in the air.
86. Back to return.
Should be a return here. From the 8. So at halftime, it's anyone's game with the score. Indianapolis 14. Chicago 13. Let's take a look at our halftime stats. The kickoff team lines up.
Kicking off to start the second half.
And you got all of that one. Great kick. From the 2. Indianapolis heads back out offensively, trying to add to their slim advantage. They line up in the I formation.
At the 24-yard line. 1st and 10.
Kosenko gets set.
Let's go. Come on.
Going to the left. The 30. Slips the tackle. He's taken down at the 36. So on the blitz, they can't get to the ball carrier until it's too late.
And when you're blitzing to stop the run, the idea is bringing more guys and the offense can block. You also got to cut off the lanes and gaps that he can use to escape out of the backfield. That just didn't happen here.
They give it to the halfback. Just about 7 yards on that carry.
With the carry, 7-yard gain on the play.
Eagle what? Here comes the heat.
The Colts using motion. That's the toss to the left. Powering ahead. And he's brought down at the 44. He doesn't get much there, and he needs a breather as he looks to the sideline. The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him.
All on the 44-yard line.
Tucks it away. Davis got just enough. Excellent run for a first down.
They brought some extra heat with the blitz, but he was able to find some room and pick up the first.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 47. They give it to the halfback. Great fake. Good play in the backfield. Kasenko didn't have the time and able to get it off.
The defense likes to keep the pressure on. They'll bring extra guys on an overloaded side, hoping for turnover opportunities.
Now they're looking at 2nd and long after the sack. The Colts holding on by less than a field goal. Dropping back with the throw. Great throw. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 44. Bryant never took his eyes off the ball and made the catch.
That receiver has it all. He can run and catch with the best of them. The defense better make sure that they have him covered.
Slings it over the middle, and it's complete. No problem picking up the first.
Yeah, you know, we talk about putting a ball on a guy. The quarterback put that ball on the receiver perfectly.
Vincent, the deep man, will get the ball again. Jordan records the stop at the 35. Now let's have a look at what our runners have done up to this point. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line. The Colts holding on by less than a field goal. Vincent. Running back picks up about 4 yards.
Gain of 4 on the play. 3rd and 6. Ball on the 31-yard line.
Consistent success on 3rd down, which they've had, usually translates into a win.
Pressure coming with the throw. Right in stride. Kasenko doing an excellent job on this drive.
Things are really slowing down for him right now. He's seeing the coverage and finding the open man with ease. He's really in some kind of rhythm out there.
First down and goal to go. Ball on the 7-yard line. Drops back. Gets the pass off. They're lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Yeah, he started thinking about how he was going to take it back the other way and make a big play for the defense. He just forgot to bring the ball with him.
2nd and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line.
Come on, be up.
Dropping back, closing in, gets rid of it. Look at that power. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Quick connection for the score.
That's a deal where the quarterback saw his opportunity, and he wasn't going to let it get away. He threw it in there in a hurry.
The lineup for the extra point. And it's on its way. The point after is good. The Colts go up by a touchdown. Big time drive there, John. More than 10 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown.
They took their time, they moved the chains, and really wore down those guys. The offense did a great job of moving the chain. And I think they looked their best right down there in the red zone. That's the kind of thing the coach likes to see from his offensive guys.
Hansen is just about ready to kick this one away.
Number 21, back to return.
Not a bad kick. They'll set up for the return. From the 4-yard line. Chicago trailing by 8 takes over.
Number 21 on the return.
First and 10. Ball on their own 22.
Walk out right. Right. We'll see.
Number 84 moves in motion.
Bring the pain. Come on, be up.
Maynard. The back picks up about 2 on that carry.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 24-yard line.
Pressure. Incomplete pass. The quarterback getting up a little slowly after that play.
Taking shots like that will really affect his rhythm with his receivers.
3rd and 8. Ball on their own 24.
We'll see. Set. Catch the ball, man. You got it.
Dropping back, throwing. Perfect throw.
Now, this is one heck of a play. Look at it. You're in a hole here on 3rd down. And they come through with this perfect play that gets him a first and keeps the drive going.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him.
On the 37-yard line.
Man in motion. Hands it off. Maynard couldn't find any room on that one.
They really hustle on the defensive side of the ball. They're very good at clogging up the line, limiting the number of holes and cutback lanes that the back has to choose from.
9 yards to go. Grossman with a man in motion. Maynard. Only a yard by the halfback.
On the run, 1-yard gain on the play.
Out of the gun.
3rd and 8. Ball on the 39-yard line.
Dropping back, steps up, slings it to the outside. The fumble is scooped up. He lost it. The fumble is scooped up. Breaks away from the tackle. So the defense is able to get the recovery.
When you have bodies flying around that fast, a lot of time, one of them will jar the ball loose, and that's a free-for-all.
Following the turnover now, it's 1st and 10. Kosenko sets up, using motion. Vincent. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Hands it off to the back, setting up play action. Gets the pass off, and it's caught. The defense was a step behind on that play.
When you have a receiver that makes catches like that, you need to get him the ball often.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 18-yard line. Hand it off. Vincent was dragged down before he could get to the line of scrimmage.
They have great size and quickness up front. That allows them to hold up against the run while also giving them the speed to rush the passer when they drop back to pass.
2nd and 11. Ball on the 20-yard line.
We'll see. Talk about. Set. Hut.
Hands it off again. The offensive line didn't get much of a push on that play, and the runner is stuck.
As soon as he got the ball, there was a defender in his face to knock him down.
Using motion. With the throw, and he ducks out of bounds at the 19-yard line. The quarterback is able to find him again, and that's his 5th reception. Owens looking to make a good kick here. And it's up. A nice kick, and it's good. And the kickoff team comes out onto the field.
Number 21, back to return.
Booming kick downfield. He takes a knee. No return on that kickoff, and they'll get ready to start the drive at the 20. First and 10. Ball on their own 20.
I saw you.
Grossman sets up, kicks it off to the back, pulls him over. The running back gets about 3. So we've reached the end of the third quarter with the Colts ahead of the Bears, 24-13. The teams are set for the fourth quarter of play. Out of the shotgun.
Second and 8. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Bring that pain, baby.
Under pressure, gets the pass off. He zipped that one right in there.
That's just a great job by the receiver. Not only was he able to make the catch in the rocket, but he was able to pick up some nice yardage too.
So they have first and 10 here. Ball on their own 32. Hand it off. Still running. They'll mark it at the 44. He takes that one and heads upfield to pick up the first down.
You know what they did was pick up a blitz, and when they did that, it opened up a hole, and they ran right through it.
Only one man back.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
Get up, Rod. Hit the ball.
Tosses it left. Dutton wasn't able to get anything going on that play.
They got there and shut that play down very quickly. That's just a case of studying game film this week paying off. When you know what they like to run in certain situations, you can anticipate the play call and stop the play before it even gets started.
Pressure coming. Tosses it right. He hits his receiver. Tackle at the 45-yard line. He zipped that pass to the receiver.
The quarterback quickly read the defense and fired the ball into the receiver for a first down.
Snake up. Get in there, Ron.
Around. Into the open. The 30. Incredible run there by Maynard.
Well, I saw it in practice, and then I saw it in film. And you see it right here. He's as good as everybody says. This guy is a real deal.
Drops back. Closing in. Throws out to the left. Great play by the corner.
It sure was. He just knocked away a pass that looked like a sure touchdown.
So it's second and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line. Maynard loses the defender. They did a poor job against the run there.
They had 8 guys in the box on that play, but he still broke free. When you bring that many guys up to the line, then you're pretty much daring them to run. And if they do run at you, you better be able to stop the run.
The defense has had difficulty stopping them on third down. The pass ball's incomplete.
Now watch how this defense comes up with a big stop. They're back up in their own end zone trying to keep those guys off the board, and they make a play like that. That's a heck of a defensive play.
About a 28-yard field goal here as they line up for the kick. The kick is up. The try is good. 3 field goals today, again rewarding the coach for his faith. Well, John, these teams are very evenly matched.
This makes for a better game, I think. The strategy of the game comes into play here more.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field.
Number 86, back to return.
Nice kick and returnable. From the 6. Indianapolis is looking to build its lead with this drive.
Number 86 on the return.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 24.
First and 10.
Give it to the halfback. Spins away from the tackle. And he stopped at the 26-yard line. Just about 2 yards on the run by the halfback.
Second and 8. Ball on the 26-yard line.
Let's go. Come on.
He goes down at the 27. Vince didn't have much to work with on that running play.
That's because the defense did a good job anticipating the snap count. With an aggressive defense like this, a hard count could be an effective way to keep them off balance while trying to draw them off sides.
Dropping back. Pressure. Gets rid of it. Almost got it. John, that went right off the defender's fingertips.
I'll tell you, he did almost everything right on that one. He was able to read the quarterback's eyes. He got himself in good position to make the interception. When it got to him, just bounced off his hand.
So 3 and out, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the punt. Fair catch called for.
That's a good job of getting downfield by the cover team to force the fair catch.
The Colts come out on the 46.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Drops back. Gets the pass off. Incomplete. He got his hands on it, but the pass was incomplete.
Well, the quarterback did his job, and he delivered the ball right to him. He's going to have some explaining to do in the huddle.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 37. Looking for room. The offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage, and he picked up good yardage.
Yeah, and the key to that run was the guys up front getting into their blocks quickly, keeping their base and pushing them back. That's how you block on a running play.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
Maynard breaks the tackle, hurdles the defender. So he works his way past the marker for a first down.
3-yard gain on the play.
Another run, plows ahead. So he picks up a couple of yards, but he's exhausted and headed for the sideline.
3-yard gain on the play.
Throws, but gets set. The defender brings him down at the 45. About a 2-yard gain here. Third and 3. Ball on the 45-yard line. Only one man in the backfield with the pass, and this pass is completed. Good job picking up the blitz and picking up a first down.
Hey, that was a heck of a call. I mean, they saw the pressure was coming, and he knew right where to go with the ball, and then he got it to him.
The quarterback lines up with two backs behind him.
37-yard line.
They'll pass on first down. Under pressure, Rosen comes up with it. That's 3 times in this drive they've been able to pick up a first down.
Yeah, and the thing is, they'll be doing more than just picking up first downs if this success continues. They're going to be picking up some points.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 23-yard line.
That all you got? They got nothing.
Grossman gets set. Going to the left. Fumble. The Bears roll on. So they'll lose yardage on that tackle.
Yeah, the inadvertent face mask on the defense.
The offense recovers its own fumble.
They just dodged a bullet on that one. Now, they have to do a better job of hanging on the ball because they might not be so lucky the next time.
Right. 7 yards to go. Ball on the 20-yard line.
You get all you got.
2-minute warning coming up. Pressure coming. Flings it to the outside. The defender just teed off on it.
I really like the way this defense attacks the offensive line. They're very aggressive, relying on man-to-man coverage in the outside to shut down the receivers as they bring guys from everywhere on the blitzes.
Only one man back.
7. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Dropping back. Closing in. Throws it. This one falls incomplete.
Here's what happens. He thinks he's about to make the catch, and then boom, they put a big hit on him, and he lets it fall out of his hands.
This officially will be a 37-yard attempt. And it's up. 12 points he's added to their total. His 4th field goal. The Bears are clearly not finished just yet.
This team's starting to get on a roll. Let's see if they have enough time to get it done.
Maynard will be kicking off.
Lined up with a kickoff. Number 86.
The kick should be returnable. From the 4-yard line. The defense shut down the offense the last time they had the ball.
Number 80 on the return. They'll start the drive at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now. Number 35 comes in motion. He tucks it away. Lewis takes him down at the 25. Gets the call, picks up 4, maybe 5 there. 2 minutes to the final gun. It's 2nd down and 5 to go. Ball on their own 25. Hand off to the tailback. Can't bring him down. He's taken down at the 33-yard line. Vincent covered some good ground there.
Hey, nice job up front, holding their block and allowing him to get a good run for a first down.
This one is just about in the books. They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
This one is handed off. The Bears call a timeout. That's their 2nd. Second and 10. Ball on their own 33. Looking to run it here. Straight ahead for a gain of a couple.
With the carry, gain of 2 on the play. 3rd and 8. Ball on the 35-yard line.
Again with the carry. He tried to pick his way through the middle, but there was no room.
Yeah, he was looking for a hole or a gap, but the defensive line sealed everything up. I bet the defensive coordinator is telling his guys on the sidelines to get ready, because it'll be up to them to stop any comeback attempt and hold on for the win.
Hansen is looking for a good punt here. Here's the kick. Fair catch.
He did the right thing, concentrated and caught the ball.
The quarterback trying to get his team closer here on 1st down.
And it's every quarterback's dream to drive his team down and throw the touchdown that brings him back. I'll tell you, he wants nothing more than to do that right here.
No pass on 1st down. Pressure, slings it across the middle. That blitz exploited for a 1st down.
Yeah, the quarterback did a heck of a job to read what the defense was doing and find the right guy.
They'll head right back to the line. Hill stopped the clock with the spike. 2nd down now. They have to get closer to the end zone. Indianapolis looks like they're playing the pass as they're lined up in the dime. The Bears using motion. Dropping back, throwing. Incomplete pass. 3rd down upcoming after that incomplete pass. They'll be faced with a long 3rd down play here. Ball on their own 39.
The offense has been stepping it up on 3rd down all day.
Under pressure, slings it to the outside. Maynard continues to be a reliable target. That's his 3rd catch of the game. They'll go with a hurry-up offense. The Bears call a timeout. That's their final timeout. And this is the 5th play of this drive. Throwing left. No, he makes the catch anyway. It's 1st and 10. Spike stops the clock. They don't have much of a choice now except to just throw one up and hope it gets them the touchdown.
Stranger things have happened. Whether it's knocked down or caught, one of these teams will win when the clock hits 0. It's just a matter of which one makes the play.
Gets rid of it. Incomplete pass. So they dug themselves into a hole here, a long 3rd down situation. Drops back, pressure coming with the pass, and it's complete. The gun signals the end of the game. The final score is Indianapolis 24, Chicago 19. This is Al Michaels with John Madden saying goodbye for EA Sports.